Okay, good afternoon. This is Debbie Davis. It's January 9th, 2025. So I have a few things I want to address here. So just this morning, I went for a walk and I had that, there's this unmarked sheriff driving by again. Okay, so I mean, I don't know, how many complaints do you have to file against the police to get them to leave you alone, to stop stalking you? We have such a serious issue with police harassment. I have such a serious issue. I mean, I've probably uploaded about 50 videos in my shorts, and this has gone on over 10 years now since I became a whistleblower. I'm on some kind of a targeted list. Okay, so I just filed a civil rights complaint against you in Hennepin County about with the so I'm gonna make a phone call there and see what the status is there, and tell them again they're stalking me again. Okay, I filed a human rights complaint. She called me back. I have to call her back against you for your stalking and your constant police harassment against me. I filed a VA OIG complaint against the Minneapolis police because a couple times when I went to my VA appointments, they were stalking me there. And on top of it, they had weapons in the VA. And it says right in the VA, you're not supposed to bring weapons in. So they don't even know how to follow their own rules. So there's no way I will ever trust the police. You have proven that you are such psychopaths. I know most of them are Masons. There's no trying to, negotiate with you, try to act like there's something, that you just don't understand. You're openly stalking me, harassing me, and, even after I filed, every complaint that there is to file. In the past, when it first started happening in 2014 here, when I was being harassed to death, I tried to address it with that one agency that you're supposed to go to that oversees the police. And they were asking me, is it a certain like a state police or whatever, and at the time it was the state police that were mostly stalking me, and so I filed a formal complaint, way back then, and I personally believe it was Senator Amy Klobuchar that was involved in that because I had just filed a very serious. It was Amy Klobuchar was friends with John McCain in Arizona, and I had accidentally, been a part of accidentally uncovering this huge scandal at the Arizona base, which involved John McCain. Okay, so I believe Senator Amy Klobuchar is involved in my harassment here, and when I first got back I was illegally pushed out of the military for filing a massive for just contacting the governor's office in Arizona. We filed a military liaison complaint through Governor Jan Brewer's office, and then they had the base got audited because there was admin NCOs that noticed illegal withdrawals happening in the finance office and that state emergency relief fund, right? And so that is what we did, and then the state got audited. I mean, the base got audited, and they found that $2.7 million missing. So and then I got illegally. Not only did I get fired from my AGR job, which was a good job, and at the time it was when the economy had tanked in Arizona, and I legally got fired. Not only did I illegally get fired, they forced me out on a medical. I was physically pushed into a room and forced out by the generals and some of the officers there, and forced to take they said, that otherwise it would be a general discharge if I didn't take the medical. So I had tried to address that with Senator Amy Klobuchar's office here because it was federal. She never even wrote me back. Never responded in any way. So you can't trust Amy Klobuchar. I fully believe that she's involved in allowing this harassment against me again. And so if anybody has any I've never heard one good thing that Senator Amy Klobuchar has done for anybody in this state, but I've heard bad. Okay, so I mean, if you're not, they're just not, it's nothing to do with like a party thing anymore. It's just the Democrats just aren't taking care of people. They're not taking care of the citizens. I just I just don't feel that any of the Democrat candidates are taking care of the citizens. A lot of people feel that way. It's pretty obvious. You just look at the facts of what you've done while you've been in time in office, and it's not much. So your record speaks for yourself. Nobody has to say anything about it. All we got to do is look up all these Democrats, look at what their record is of what they've actually accomplished here for the good of the people, which isn't like zero. I mean, that's so, they try to, if you try to say I badmouth the Democrats, I'm not badmouthing any Democrats. I'm just saying, I just, feel that, if you look up their record of like Amy Klobuchar, she hasn't done anything positive much. I mean, and none of the ones that call themselves, Democrat Party, I mean, have done much for Minnesota. So, but yeah, she never responded in any way, Amy Klobuchar. So, she might be involved in this harassment again. So, I'm going to try to call the Civil Rights Office. I spoke to a Michelle Phillips, and would tell them that they're harassing me again. Just this morning. And so, how many times do you have to file complaints against the police to get them to leave you alone when you're a whistleblower?
You have reached the Civil Rights Department. For English,
I had tried internal affairs. It's like, seriously, you're totally insane. You just don't get the hint. I mean, like it's harassment. Like, I have like 50 videos, and this has happened, and all these different things that have happened, like all over not just in this state, in other states.
Hello, you have reached the Civil Rights Department. For English, press 1. Para español, hello, you have reached the Civil Rights Department. If you would like to make a police misconduct complaint, a discrimination complaint, or report a labor violation by phone, Minneapolis residents may hang up and dial 311. If you live outside of the city of Minneapolis, please hang up and dial 612-673-3000. To reach the Office of Police Conduct and Review, please press 1. To reach you have reached the Office of Police Conduct and Review with the City of Minneapolis Civil Rights Department. For English, press 1.
I had filed a formal complaint last week with the Police Conduct Review Board. And here they are, stalking me again.
Minneapolis Police Department officers. To hear information about how to file a complaint about an officer, press 1. To hear our business hours and contact information, press 2. If you would like to file a complaint by phone, Minneapolis residents may hang up and dial 311. If you live outside of the city of Minneapolis, please hang up and dial 612-673-3000. To leave a message for a staff member, press 3. To hear this information.
So I'm going to leave a message for Michelle Phillips, who I spoke to. She's the one who took my my complaint when I was there. And I'm going to tell her that the same unmarked sheriff was driving by my house again, stalking me. And he's the one that illegally pulled me over, like 2 months ago now.
Hello, Minneapolis Civil Rights Department.
Yes. Is Michelle Phillips in?
I'm not sure. Do you have an appointment with her?
No, but I filed a formal civil rights complaint with her last week, and I'm just following up on like what's the steps that need to happen again, because I just had an officer stalking me again this morning. I filed a complaint about police stalking and police harassment that I've had happen for years now, and
okay,
and I filed a formal complaint with her. Well, I'm following up on my complaint I filed with her last week. She didn't give me a complaint number. She just took my name and everything, and the complaint, and I showed her, my channel with all the videos that I've uploaded of the stalking and everything, and then how this unmarked sheriff is driving by, and there, I don't see any reason why somebody has to be unmarked. A sheriff has to be unmarked. I mean, because and that's what I'm trying to figure out is why is he unmarked?
Yeah, we only investigate claims from Minneapolis Police Department, so if it's the sheriff's department, that is not under our jurisdiction to investigate. Did she?
It wasn't. It's been a mixture of everybody. I told her it's been a mixture of the Golden Valley Police driving by, the state police, the sheriffs, sometimes the Minneapolis police. I had an issue with the Minneapolis police at the VA. And then she told me to.
Name and I can.
Yeah, and then she told me to file a complaint with the VA OIG because they were stalking me right at the VA, the Minneapolis police, and I didn't feel comfortable going to 2 appointments because of it at the VA.
Can I have your name, please?
Deborah Davis.
Check you in.
Yeah.
Deborah Davis?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Deborah Davis. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah Davis. Okay, so if you have another complaint to file, do you know where our online complaint book? Because we can also add that to your file.
Well, I mean,
related to your previous complaint.
It's a civil rights complaint. It shouldn't matter what agency it is. I mean, so are you saying that there's no civil rights office?
Police department.
Well, it doesn't say that anything about that on the website. It says Police Review Board, and so the police also are the sheriffs and the state police.
We just can't investigate it.
Huh?
So we can refer your complaint to these other departments, but we can't investigate it ourselves. So we only.
What other department handles the sheriffs?
The state.
So you would just refer the complaint to the state?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
how would you?
Well, how do you go about investigating something to begin with? Like, when I went in there and talked to her.
Police Department, we have access to all of their same systems, their body cams, their police reports, everything they have.
Yeah, because the issue I had with the Minneapolis police, and I also filed a VA OIG. They were at my appointments twice, and they had their weapons with them. You're not supposed to have weapons at the VA. Then on top of it, I caught them coming out of the medical records office. Okay, nobody's supposed to be in the medical records office. Yeah.
Need to direct them somewhere.
Okay.
Thank you. Hang on a second.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know if you remember, but I did this video after I was at the VA, and they were there at a couple appointments, and I went and I tried to get my glasses fixed one time, and they were there like stalking me, and I didn't feel comfortable staying and waiting because it was a line anyways. And then that same day I saw them coming out of the medical records office. Okay, they were in where their patient records, all of our social security numbers or anything. And then 2 weeks later there was this VA social security breach. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, have you used our online complaint system before?
Well, I physically went in there and I spoke to Michelle Phillips, and she was writing everything down. And I told her about the issue with the VA, the Minneapolis police at the VA. Already, so I don't know what the follow-up is of her. I physically went in there and spoke to her about all this. But she didn't mention anything about how they could only investigate the Minneapolis police. She didn't say anything about that. She said, what agency is it? And I said, it's a mixture of it's been a mixture of all of them. I've been stalked by you guys for years now. So you always drive by.
We just don't have the resources. We can't see their system. We can't go into the sheriff's body cam and see what they're doing. We can only do that with the Minneapolis Police Department. So that's why we can't investigate it. We don't have access to their systems.
So I would like to leave a message for Michelle Phillips and see if she can follow up on my issue then that I had told her about with the Minneapolis police at the VA. Okay.
And I'm sure I'll see if I can find.
Yeah, I already filed a formal complaint. I shouldn't have to go online again. She wrote it all down. I was talking to her for about 45 minutes about it. Oh, dang it.
Let me just see. Deborah Davis. Debrah.
Yeah.
Your first name?
ORAH. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. She didn't say. I said okay, and I filed a complaint, and then I left, and then I thought there was going to be some kind of a follow up, and I haven't heard from her. I mean, nobody knows what you guys do with your complaints.
You'll get a letter, someone give you a number, like a reference number. But I mean, she's the director, so she, that's not,
Well, she'd probably assign it to somebody. But if you just deal with the Minneapolis police, there, one of the situations was with the Minneapolis police.
Cell phone number.
I gave her my numbers. Mm-hmm. And I gave her my YouTube channel too, so she could see all the.
Just in case, because she's not here, just so I can have it. What's your cell phone number?
651-767-2892.
28 what?
2892.
92, and then how about an email address?
I had written all of that down on the form.
Sure, but she's not here, so I just want to make sure.
Soldier Debbie at protonmail.com. And so it's Soldier, and it's DEBBIE at protonmail.com.
Proton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
.com.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's Deborah DEBRAH.
No, ORAH.
Davis.
ORAH. Mm-hmm.
ORAH.
Yeah, I mean, this is really, I already went physically in there and spent 45 minutes, and then I gotta explain everything again. This is really unprofessional, I mean, and I was already pissed to begin with. And you're just, this is so unprofessional. Why do I have to explain everything again? It should be in the system.
Well, I'm just trying to get your information down just in case.
I know, but you guys are just so unprofessional. That's the whole point I'm trying to make, is that you're so unprofessional and nobody trusts you. And you won't stop stalking me. And then you just can't get anything right. And you don't know the law. You pull me over. The one guy that pulled me over, the sheriff, unmarked sheriff, I was already completely pulled over. Okay, I was completely pulled over. He was going after somebody to the left of me that was speeding. And then he decides to give me a ticket because I started videotaping as he drove by. The only reason why I was videotaping him is because I'd never seen an unmarked sheriff. What's an unmarked sheriff doing around here? And who has the authority to put an unmarked vehicle here? Because they're not supposed to be doing traffic stops. I already looked up the law. Maybe you should look up the law yourselves. Did you know that an unmarked police is not supposed to be doing traffic stops? And why was he doing that in Golden Valley? And he's here again today. Why? Who oversees these unmarked vehicles? Do you know? Do you know?
I'm gonna see about your case and then see about getting you a letter in the mail to confirm.
This guy is stalking me again this morning, and he already illegally pulled me over 2 months ago, and gave me some dumb ticket. And I said, I was already completely pulled over, officer, and I am videotaping you because I've never seen an unmarked cop around here, and why don't you show me your badge? And then he starts yelling at me, threatening to arrest me if I won't give him my license. And I said, well, I would like to see your badge first, because I've never seen an unmarked sheriff. I mean, you think you're so above the law. Look up the law, man. Did you get 4 months of school, and it doesn't tell you hardly anything about the law. I just look up the law myself. He's not supposed to be doing traffic stops as an unmarked sheriff, and he's around here again. And he wasn't supposed to even have the authority to have any kind of unmarked vehicle around here unless he had some kind of undercover work he was doing or detective work. And that's not usually in a suburban area like this. You're just so out of line that you couldn't be more out of line. And nobody trusts you anymore.
We
okay.
have no jurisdiction over the sheriff's department.
Yeah, well, it's totally insane what's going on. It's totally insane. You could just you give us the runaround. Oh, we can't handle this. You got to call this. All you do is give people the runaround. You aren't the law anymore. You don't even know the law. All you do you're the runaround factory. That's what I'm going to call you now. You should just put the runaround police. Yeah. Can you just change your labels? Can you just change your label and put the runaround cop? We just give you the runaround now. That's what we just need to change all your vehicles and make sure everybody knows who you really are. The runaround police. Because you're just giving me the runaround. Oh, we can't handle this. Call this. Runaround police. That's what we're going to call the Minneapolis police now. The runaround company. Okay, whatever, runaround. Thank you. I'm sick of this shit. I mean, for real? Like, I mean, how much crap do you expect us to take? Runaround police. That's what I'm going to call you. The runaround factory. Like the runaround company. You know, you're not the police.
Thank you for calling the Minnesota Public Utilities Commission. To reach the Consumer Affairs Office or speak to the Commission staff, please press the 1. If you are a member of the news media, please press 2.
I'm calling the public commissioner because he's supposed to be the one that oversees Unmarked or gives them authority. Hello?
Thank you for calling Minnesota Public Utilities Commission. This is Paz speaking. How can I help you?
Well, I was trying to call the commissioner that would oversee, like, the sheriff's or unmarked vehicles.
Okay, so we don't oversee those.
Okay, who does?
It would be... Is it... What kind of vehicle?
Well, it's an unmarked sheriff is driving around here giving people tickets, and I don't believe he has any authority to do so.
Okay, so you can contact your sheriff's office.
Well, when I looked it up regarding the law regarding an unmarked vehicle, they have to have some kind of authority given to them to be able to do undercover work by public commissioner. That's what the law says. And so I had contacted and left a message to the public commissioner. I had looked up his name one time and I left a message and he never got back to me. Wondering why in Golden Valley, Minnesota, we have an unmarked sheriff driving around here giving people tickets. Because he's freaking people out. Because he's unmarked with, like, no markings at all. Like, it's totally bizarre. He's in uniform, but his vehicle doesn't have any markings at all. Like, are you some kind of, like, kidnapper? It's freaking people out. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, no markings at all. He's freaking everybody. He's freaked me out. And I videotaped him, and then he pulled me over for videotaping him. Yeah, he's freaking me out. And he gave me some ticket just for videotaping him. And I said, I'm just videotaping you because we never seen an unmarked cop around here. You have no markings at all. How are we supposed to know who you are? You know? It's totally bizarre. So you think I need to call the sheriff's office?
Commissioner of Public Safety.
Yeah, Commissioner of Public Safety. Yeah. Okay, right. Yeah. Okay, I'll call them. Commissioner of Public.
Right.
Okay. All right, thank you.
But the law states that only
Bob Jacobson is his name.
except for an officer who shall have uniform and operate it. So if they're in uniform.
Yeah, but they still have to have some kind of reason why they're unmarked, and given some kind of authority to do so. Because it's not a normal thing to have just like an unmarked, because you get pulled over and you're like, I'm sorry, who are you? You have like no markings on your vehicle. How am I supposed to you're even a real sheriff? It's totally freaking people out. Like, why do you have no markings? That's usually for detective or undercover work, but he's pulling people over, like giving regular tickets. That's not what you use an unmarked vehicle for. So he's freaking people out, because normally just an unmarked vehicle would be like for detective work or undercover work. That's why he's making people uncomfortable. He just drove by here again today. So yeah. So it's not okay. It's totally bizarre. Anyway, I'll try calling the Department of Public Safety.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Let's see. Okay. Minnesota Department of Public Safety. Okay, I'm sorry to make these phone calls on this video here, but I just, I'm just done with these people. I mean, the runaround center. All it is all of our government agencies just give it. This one gives you the runaround. Oh no, this one oversees it. It's the runaround center. I'm sure, and other people are experiencing the same thing. They just give you one thing. Oh no, this person handles it. Nope, call this person. It's a runaround. Nobody's doing their jobs.
Again, if you are calling for driver and vehicle services, press 1. All other calls, press 0. To repeat this message,
How many complaints do you have to file against the police to get somebody to leave you alone? And here, I'm a veteran. You don't care. You have no respect. Why do I have to respect you? You have no respect for me. I served almost 20 years. I did, some of them are probably like these rookie cops that just got on the road, don't know what they're doing, don't know the law.
Department of Public Safety, how can I help you?
Yes. Who would oversee these unmarked sheriff cars? Because there's an unmarked sheriff that is driving around Golden Valley, and he's giving people tickets. And you're not supposed to be doing regular traffic stops with an unmarked sheriff.
You would want to reach out to the local or county sheriff's department
Because he's supposed to have this. He's supposed to. When I looked up the law, it says he's supposed to have been given some kind of authority to be unmarked by a public commissioner of public safety. So.
Okay, let me transfer you over to the commissioner's office.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah, I want to know why he's hanging around my house, or it's not my house. I'm just where I'm renting. Yeah, why are you driving by here again? You already gave me some bunk ticket that I gotta waste my time.
Hello, you've reached the Minnesota Department of Public Safety Commissioner's office. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. We apologize if you have reached this message during regular business hours. If you are requesting assistance for emergencies, serious accidents or incidents, or for reporting hazardous materials and petroleum spills, please contact the Minnesota Duty Officer at 651-649-5451 or 1-800-422-0798. If you would like to leave a message for the Commissioner's office, please leave your name, phone number, and a brief message, and someone will return your call as soon as possible. Thank
So
you.
I'm gonna leave a message and say why do we have this unmarked sheriff driving around here?
For more options.
My name is Deborah Davis. I live in Golden Valley, and I am calling regarding this unmarked sheriff that is driving around here giving tickets with an unmarked car that's making people uncomfortable because we don't know why he's unmarked, and I don't feel that he has any authority to be unmarked giving tickets or be around here to begin with. And he's doesn't seem to be doing anything. He seems to be just stalking people. So we have an issue here with this. So my number is 651-767-2892. If somebody can give me a call back and let me know what is this going on here. Okay, thank you.
To send this message, press pound or hang up. Your message is
I had already left this guy a voicemail like this. His name is Bob. Bob something. Yeah, I mean, is anybody holding anybody accountable in this state? I mean, it's not just our state. It's like, look what's going on in California. Like, nobody's helping people with these fires. It's like nobody in these public offices are doing anything. So, I mean, I just make these phone calls openly, so people can see. Like, you just get the runaround. It's like, these. That's why we have to, that's why I'm all for what Elon Musk is trying to do with that Doge. I mean, like, everybody, like, a lot of them are working from the home. It's like, okay, get back to work, first of all. It's like, how do we know you're doing anything from home? Second of all, if you're not doing anything, which half of them aren't, then, you just don't need a paycheck. You don't need to take more money from, our country that's already broke. I mean, it's ridiculous. Just Doge these people. And then the other, and then I'm on my, I'm trying to log in, and I'm trying to charge a card on a merchant company, like a credit card, and then and I was having all these issues. Somebody kept hacking into my computer. It said that my password didn't work, and it was the correct password, and so then I went in and I reset it, and then that one still didn't work. It happened 3 times, and then I finally went in. You know how you can check like a browser or whatever, and it said that somebody was on my computer from St. Paul, and I'm not in St. Paul, so that's somebody else was hacking my computer the other day from St. Paul, and that's where a lot of our state offices are. That's another issue. Somebody's hacking my computer from St. Paul, so that's another issue. It's illegal. That's called a cybersecurity crime now, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So let's see what these people have to say. But then the other thing I wanted to touch on real quick is, I don't know if you saw, but I had uploaded yesterday. I had somebody. My outlet was completely fried. That it was that I had my TV plugged into, so it's just like it's totally burnt. So I had to put a new outlet over there. It just burned out of nowhere, and this isn't the first time that this has happened. The intelligence agencies can do this type of thing. They've fried. This is not the first cord they fried. They fried a couple of my phone cords, and now this is the TV cord. They fried headphones. This is so these are called directed energy weapons. I believe that they are using to do this, and I already had issues over the years being hit by these things. So I did some research, and there was one thing I didn't know. Well, a couple things I didn't know about where these are coming from, and our CIA has access to these energy weapons. So, our country is part of an intelligence, system called the Five Eyes. If you're not aware of that, it's with the United States, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and the UK. And it's called the Five Eyes Intelligence Agencies, and I know our CIA has a lot of these directed energy weapons involved with these agencies, and so I know it was the CIA, a CIA type thing that happened here. So I mean, I just we have to get to the bottom of these directed energy weapons. They're hitting the military. They're hitting politicians. It's gone on for years now. I've been hit by them before. So I got really hit by them when I was in Richfield, and it shocked my electrical system, and I didn't feel right for several days until I got some electrolytes in me, and then I felt better. But it did and that was but I'd been hit by them before on a smaller level, but that was a huge one. And so I'm trying to figure out where these are coming from. And I believe the one that I was hit with in Richfield, Minnesota, was from Iran. There's an active directed energy weapons in Iran and Turkey, and also there's a really big one that I didn't know about in Australia. So there is a so if you don't know this, you can look this up, and I'm trying to find out more information on this energy weapon from Australia. So it's and they're like portable, is what see. This is okay. So weapons of the future, they call them. Okay, high-tech energy weapons. 60 Minutes, Australia.
It may sound like science fiction, but energy weapons using microwaves already exist.
Yeah.
They emit sharp pulses of radio frequencies to destroy electronics and can cause tissue damage in people.
Yeah.
Some experts believe portable microwave weapons capable.
So they have it in Australia now too. So you can look this up. It was on 60 Minutes, Australia. Havana Syndrome, high-tech energy weapons. They're using them on our own people. They're using it on us illegally. There's a guy in Canada that had a video that I showed on my channel that said that his brother was killed by an energy weapon coming from some kind of a military base in Canada. So he went outside the military base and he's doing videos trying to expose these people. They look like those white domes, but they have like direct energy weapons underneath them, under these domes. I've seen them in Arizona. I saw one of those things in Arizona, in Yuma, when I was on the border mission there. And I thought it was a Doppler. I thought they said they were Doppler radars or something, but I don't think so now. I think they're energy weapons underneath there. And I don't really know. I'm not a weather specialist, but I just know that we got to get to the bottom of these, because they're not using them for good. They're using them against their own totally innocent people like myself. I've had several cords fried. They're using it on my friend John over there in Richfield. He's being hit in his spine by a directed energy weapon, and I got hit when I was at his house. So I know that that is coming somewhere from there, and they have something set up right in his house. John's brother used to be a state representative in Richfield, and he was involved in politics, but he's not anymore. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he's being hit because he's friends with me. I don't know. It's just that what I know is that it's illegal, and you're using these weapons against your own people, and illegally using it against people in even in different countries, where you have no authority to do so. If we were to, I mean, who's giving you the authority to do this? That's so obviously, it's not legal. So so I hope that we can get to the bottom of these directed energy weapons over here, because I've been hit by them, and other people. There's one guy here. I showed his video, tortured in Minnesota. He's being hit by one, and he's another targeted person in Minnesota, and he tortured in Minnesota, targeted in Minnesota, I think it's called, or let's see. He's being hit by like John is, and in his spine, and he's almost in a wheelchair. He's just like, he can feel it hitting him when he's laying down right here. Targeted in Minnesota. Yeah, this guy.
Hey guys, me and Dave. I want to do a video.
Yeah, this guy's being hit by an energy weapon. He's almost to the point where, so what happens is his legs are going numb, and that's what's happening with my friend John too. His legs are going numb. So I think these are really serious weapons, and it's totally illegal. So I hope that people can just bring some awareness to this. So sorry about the long video today, but I just wanted to address several issues. Thank you.